Duelist events stream today with a Lunalight support that goes even beyond your ultimate form, so let's begin, and I'm excited. So we start off with Lunalight Gold Leo, which is a level 4 Dark Beast Warrior with 600 attack, 1600 defense, and both effects are hard once per turn. The first one is that if this card's no more special summon, you can add one Lunalight monster from your deck to your hand except itself, and then discard one card. This effect itself is already pretty good because any searching is always pretty nice, and there are effects when they're sent to the graveyard as well, so that discard isn't even bad. And sometimes graveyard is used as material as well. And speaking sending it to the graveyard, the second effect is that if a Lunalight monster is sent to your graveyard while this card is on the field, even during damage step, you can target one of them and add it back to your hand. This is a fusion summon deck, so you're bound to do this, especially since the first effect sends something to the graveyard as well, so you might just add that back to your hand anyway. So this is just a nice 3 of. And then we go to Lunalight Silver Hound, which is a level 3 Dark Beast Warrior with 1400 attack, 400 defense. Each effect is hard once per turn, with the first one being if this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can special summon one Lunalight monster from your deck except itself. And if you do, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for Lunalight monsters. Here is more fusion material monster, and just like the last one where it sends something to the graveyard, it just kind of triggers this. So yeah, this card itself is already pretty good as combo piece. But the second effect is that when a spell, trap, or effect is activated on the field, quick effect, you can banish this card along with one Lunalight fusion monster from your graveyard, negate the activation. Considering that you're going to be evolving your fusion monsters, and in this case even sometimes using your extra deck as cost, this itself having a negate from the graveyard is pretty nice. And on top of that being basically a combo piece, you must run 3 of these. And now it's time to evolve Leo Dancer even further to Lunalight Liger Dancer, which is a level 12 Dark Beast Warrior Fusion with 3800 attack, 3500 defense, requires 1 Leo Dancer along with 3 Lunalight monsters. Must be fusion summoned by the above materials, unaffected by non-Lunalight card effects, which is nice because now you could add your own stuff to it. Can make a second attack during each battle phase, which is basically the same as the original level 10, but the evolve effect is that once per turn quick effect, you can send 1 Lunalight monster from an extra deck to the graveyard to destroy all monsters your opponent controls that are special summon. So it went from an on-attack nuke to a quick effect nuke, which is actually fine, especially sending monsters from the extra deck because that just means more materials in the graveyard to go for another fusion summon. And of course what's even better is the protection effect because now you can add your own stuff to it instead of saying nothing at all. And it's better than cannot be targeted and cannot be destroyed by card effects than unaffected. So overall it is just basically a huge upgrade. And now a new fusion monster based on Serena, Lunalight Perfume Dancer, which is a level 6 Dark Beast Warrior with 2000 attack, 1500 defense, requires 2 Lunalight monster. Pretty nice that this is now a new alternative monster that you could summon. But anyway, each effect is hard once per turn. The first one is that if this card's fusion summoned, you can add 1 Lunalight Perfume from your deck to your hand, which is always nice to search. In which the second effect is that you can target one other Lunalight card you control, return it back to your hand / extra deck, then you can special summon 1 Lunalight monster from your hand. This can actually re-trigger some effects, or in some case, bounce a pendulum monster to summon that. So this effect is actually pretty good. With the third effect is that you can banish this card from your graveyard. This turn, monsters your opponent controls will lose attack equal to their own original defense. This third effect is pretty helpful, especially since if it's at the graveyard, for the part where mainly for your smaller Lunalight monster because it attacks your opponent's monsters twice each, so lowering their attack down and attacking them twice each could actually be quite nasty. For your big ones it doesn't really matter as much, but shrinking down attack is always more effective than gaining it for itself. So overall it's a good new addition. And finally, Lunalight Masquerade, which is a continuous spell, and each effect is hard once per turn. The first one is that during the main phase this card was activated, you can send 1 Lunalight monster from your deck to the graveyard, which will trigger some effects, and in some cases will even give you materials. In which the second effect is absurdly helpful since it's a fusion deck. If you fusion summon a Lunalight monster, you can add 1 polymerization from your graveyard or banishment back to your hand, then discard 1 card. If you do, once this turn, if you fusion summon a Lunalight monster, you can also use monsters from your graveyard by banishing them. Considering that you could always just play poly first to fuse and then just return that back to your hand and then fuse with the materials from your graveyard, that's pretty nice. It's just basically a card to extend your fusion summon basically, on top of basically Foolishing Burial, another material from your deck, which is always very nice as well. So definitely a good new addition. And so that's it for these new reveals of Lunalight support that goes beyond your even ultimate boss monster. What do you guys think of it? Honestly, when I was thinking Lunalight support, I was not thinking something to evolve your Leo Dancer even further. But I overall like it because max level stuff is always awesome. And Selena was one of those Bracelet Girls that hasn't really got support for a very long time, especially in comparison of the other ones that recently got support. So I'm just happy to see this. But on that, that's for this, and see you next time.